All right, we're back to regular scheduling programming here. 2025 NFL team previews, the hometown ball club, New England Patriots. All off season, I was upgrading the Patriots. Mike Vrabel over Gerard Mayo, that's significant. Patriots spent more money in free agency than any other team. They loaded up the defense at every level. I upgraded them there. Regardless, Stephon Diggs being 32, coming off an ACL tear, he's an upgrade over what they had last season. Drake May, second year expectations. Then the schedule comes out. Top 5 overall, easiest strength of schedule. Upgrade the Patriots again. Now, here's the problem. At the end of last season, I had New England 6.7 points worse than a league average team. I currently have them 2.75 points worse than a league average team. That's a 4-point adjustment just based on personnel, no game data, basically just subjective opinion. We don't know how many points Gerard Mayo to Vrabel's worth. Is it as much as the Bears coaching change to Ben Johnson? Because it's being priced like that, and I'm not really sure it is. Typically, adjustments to team ratings are made from like the performance numbers on the field. I mean, of course, you have to make adjustments off season for the changes, but typically they're like subtle. Regardless, despite almost a 4-point upgrade from Week 17's numbers last season, I'm still well short of their season win total of 8 games. And here I've been thinking I've upgraded the Patriots all off season way too much, and I'm biased here, and that's going to start to show. But I can't even get anywhere close to 8 wins. Patriots regular season win total opened up at 7.5. Then their schedule got released, and then it immediately got bet up to 8.5. After going just 4-13 the last 2 seasons, betting over this year's win total is a 5-win improvement from the past 2 seasons. That's like an unprecedented jump in expectations. It's assuming Vrabel just turns the program around in year one, which he's been pretty good against market expectations or in the role of an underdog, but it's also assuming the defense just jumps up more than 10 spots to above league average, and then, of course, Drake May making a big leap. May did have to deal with a pretty bad offensive line in his rookie season. No skill position weapons. He was forced to scramble at the second highest rate in the league, but you can't just blame the offensive line either. One thing I didn't like about how many sacks he took on those high leverage downs, third and fourth downs. He was sacked over 15% of dropbacks, second highest sack percentage in the league. But what's worrisome is when he had a clean pocket, it wasn't like it was a huge difference. He still graded out bottom 10 and had the 11th highest turnover-worthy play rate from a clean pocket. And everyone expects a big leap from him, but I'm not sure why. We've seen plenty of second-year quarterbacks with the sophomore blues, and that has a logical explanation, too. Opposing defensive coordinators have more film to game plan and pick apart tendencies for second-year QBs. Now, I think May is going to be good, but I'm more of a believer in like the third-year leap than the year 2 leap. But then again, man, it's tough to not get caught up in this hype. I just saw a graphic a couple days ago. It showed like 54 qualified quarterbacks over the past 15 seasons in their rookie years. Drake May was ranked 25th in EPA per dropback. Josh Allen was 26th. Lamar Jackson was 24th in their respective rookie seasons. We're going to know exactly what the season looks like for New England at the halfway point. The first 9 weeks of the season for the Patriots, they can only play a single team I have rated more than a half point above league average. Based on the aggregate of my ratings, this is crazy. The first 9 opponents have a combined rating almost over 15 points below league average. 6 of the first 9 opposing quarterbacks are going to be new to their team as like first-year clear starters. Overall, I have the Patriots the 5th overall easiest strength of schedule, but based on opponent win totals alone, it's the second easiest. They'll only play 5 teams that have a win total above a 500 win percentage. Based on my converted power ratings, I have New England clear favorites in 7 games, a near pick'em spread in 4 games, clear underdogs in 5 games. They have 3 tough, like out of division matchups against Tampa Bay, Cincy, and Baltimore, but they'll get them later in the year, which helps them kind of iron out any things at the early part of the year. Patriots also have the latest possible bye week in Week 15. Typically, with new coaching staffs, you kind of want an early bye week to like nip any adjustments right away. But then again, it's a new coaching staff, but it's a veteran coaching staff, so they'll be all right there. Patriots are one of the few teams in the league to have 3 straight road games, Week 5, 6, and then it'll end in Tennessee. Teams historically don't do well on those 3-game road trips, covering just below 45% against the spread. What else? They'll get a good Week 18 game versus the Dolphins, January game in Foxborough. That could be a big plus spot for them. Patriots only play 1 game all year where they'll be on short rest. And it's actually an interesting spot. Week 11, Thursday Night Football game, Patriots are on a short week, but the Jets will be in a negative spot. If you guys have been taking notes, you should be all aware of this one. All right, NFL rookie head coaches coaching in their first ever Thursday Night Football game are just 5-18, 21% against the spread since 1999. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn's first Thursday night football game. That system has one other match this season, and it's the Cowboys head coach Schottenheimer versus the Eagles. Thursday night football, week 1 or 2, I believe it is. Make sure to check out that video. This offseason was crazy for the Patriots. Completely overhauled their entire roster. Looks like maybe 9 new starters total. O-line was a big issue last season, so they focused on that first. Used their top pick in the draft, Will Campbell. Then free agent signing center Garrett Bradbury. Then tackle Morgan Moses. Will Campbell, obviously good, but new names don't automatically mean an upgrade. Center Bradbury is terrible. He's like an Iron Man and won't miss games, which is nice, but he allowed 38 pressures last year with the Vikings. That was the most of any center. Bradbury has never had a season that graded a higher than 57. And keep in mind, a grade of 75 is considered like league average or an NFL starter. Morgan Moses has been solid in his 11th, or I think he's on his 12th year now. He's coming off his worst season, though, and I keep thinking back like 2 or 3 years ago, Jets Hard Knocks with Aaron Rodgers. They signed Morgan Moses as a veteran who's battling injuries. Jets' expectations were like hoping he could kind of regain some of his youth. Now, 2 years later, he's being talked about as the cornerstone tackle of this Patriots offensive line. I'm not buying it. And really the offensive line last season wasn't like that bad talent-wise. It was just decimated with injuries. So it made it bad. Patriots offensive line actually had the most AGL due to injuries, adjusted games lost due to injury. Overall, as a team, they were one of the 5 most injured teams, but, bad teams are always the most injured. It makes sense a team can be bad due to injuries, but I also believe injuries are like a byproduct of bad teams. Bad teams tend to just have players come up injured more because what is there to play for? Good teams have players like gutting it out. Bad teams have players like looking for ways to sit out. The defensive signings here I can get on board with for sure. They've spent some big money on all 3 levels. Defensive tackle, Milton Williams, linebacker, Harold Landry, like outside rush linebacker. Cornerback Carlton Davis, love the Harold Landry signing. Love that he picked a single digit too. I have a thing for linebackers who wear single digits. Landry gets to reunite with Mike Vrabel too, who he made the Pro Bowl under him in 2021 with the Titans, so he's going to be familiar with the scheme. Looks like he's going to be relied on heavily in both the pass rush and the run stop game. I'm going to be following him closely. He's a Vrabel guy, so he's like a me guy too. The Patriots are going to be better this year. I mean, how can they not be? They won 4 games each of the last 2 seasons, but I'm only evaluating teams from a betting perspective, and the Patriots' improvements have all been factored in to their expectation and the price. In the last 25 seasons, there's only been 8 teams with a win total jump of 4.5 games higher than their actual wins the previous year. Only one of those teams went over their win total. On average, they stay under that inflated win total by almost 2 full games. None of those 8 who had their win total increased by 4.5 games made the playoffs either. And that's how I'm playing this one. Patriots to miss the playoffs. If everything goes right, I could see them get to 9 wins, sure. But they could also win 9 games and still miss the playoffs. In fact, it's not impossible for a team to win 10 games and still miss the playoffs. And I think that's a better bet than under 8.5 wins. And I locked this bet in. Patriots missed playoffs about a month ago. Feel pretty good about that one. All my official pending future bets are posted in what's called the Power Packet. It's a downloadable Google Doc that has my proprietary power ratings along with a bunch of other stuff. Basically, it's what I use for my game selection process. You can access this by first joining the free Discord community and then getting access to the private members only section within the Discord. Prices vary based on when you join and for how long, but it works out to be like roughly $40 per month on average. Invite link is in my bio. That's all I got for this one. Until next time, good luck with your bet.